Hey, we're back. We had some technical difficulties. We are in the Brewer Basement Studio 1B right here. Here we are. As you can see behind me, we have our... I told you it would get done-ish. The ceiling will be done sometime next year. Who even knows? I got to custom cut that. We'll see how that goes. Thanks for tuning into the commish. We had a false start before. No idea what happened. Even the setting that I clicked on was no different. Week 1, Wisconsin's Classiest Fantasy Football League. Had it all. We had close games. The Colby-Pauly rivalry that had all the points. Tom bucking Brady, making his name heard, and a team got scottied. What a week for Wisconsin's Classiest Fantasy Football League. Also, if you happen to pay any attention to that goofy guy, the Wizard of Oddsball, that guy went 4-1 and 5-1 if you include his bonus picks. So if you were paying attention to him, you probably won a little money too last week. So that's fantastic. So we got a big show tonight, and I'm going to get right into it. Week 1 was the first week in the Survivor Island side game. I promise that next week we will have some sort of fun-ish graphic for this. Okay? But I got to do a lot of things here. Most of this was just involved in moving, so I had a place to shoot. Also, I may have thought that today was Wednesday for a while, so whoops. All right. Anyways, Wisconsin's Classiest teams needed to rid the island of one team to make sure that their Survivor rations would last at least till the end of the week. Sadly, we have to say goodbye to the team who had bet heavily on Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams to carry them to the promised land. A-Rod's worst game as a pro cost The Last Dance his chance to survive. Ta-ta, Last Dance. Watch out for the Sharks. All right, so Survivor Island now. The next 11 owners left. Lowest score is going to get kicked off next week, and we keep moving and keep moving on. Okay, on to last week's matchups. I was actually pretty impressed. I was only 2-4. I was 3-3 until Monday night. My alternate picks, like ways that the games could go wrong for the other owner, they almost all hit, and so that was really kind of a big deal. I really liked that. The Hams snatched victory from the jaws of defeat on Monday. Darren Waller, that seemed to be the only guy who could play football, and he kept dropping balls. If he would have routinely caught them, or Derek Carr would have routinely hit him, game would have been over before halftime. Instead, we had this exciting game that was over, then it wasn't over, and the Raiders tried to Raider it up, and the whole 9 yards. But wow, what a week. The Hams getting their victory there. In the rivalry matchup, no harm, no foul, almost made it a game. I was looking at that game right around halftime, and I was thinking, man, 2 touchdowns. That's all they needed, 2 touchdowns. The defense can score one of them. The Marquise Brown could score the other. Marquise could score 2. Defense could score 2. And at that time, that looked like a very real possibility. As it turned out, the defense faltered through the second half, started losing points, and it ended up, I think, 118-99. Keeping with the profile of a lot of points, but not particularly close. Pauly, here to beat Colby, takes the rivalry lead in 2-1 in what is on the Commissioner Rivalry Index the #1 rated rivalry. This week, week 2 of getting to know your division, and boy, there's 3 whole rivalry games. But first, let's talk about the other 3 games. We have the Dougie Styles versus the Champs, Flying Fallopians. The Champs did what Champs do and won last week, and the Styles also dismantled the preseason number 1 Kings Game Breakers. This week, this is really a coin flip matchup, but I have the Styles 100 to 95. We had Kings Game Breakers versus Phil Lip Service. The Game Breakers were embarrassed last week. I mean, hey, you come in to be the favorite and then you lose like that? That's crazy. They did not perform well. I don't see them getting embarrassed 2 weeks in a row. I got the Kings Game Breakers big over Phil Lip Service, 110 to 89. Paulie, here to beat Colby versus the Slaughterhouse Hams. These two have only met one other time, and it was a shootout. Look for this one to be the same. I have Paulie here to beat Colby, 111 to 105 winners over the Slaughterhouse Hams. And now on to the rivalry matchups of the week. There are 3 matchups this week. A mega rivalry week. The 11th, 12th, and 13th rated rivalry, according to the Commish Rivalry Index, are happening now. The first matchup is the second in as many weeks for No Harm, No Foul, and Colby as they face off with his brother and the Fly Eagle Fly in the battle of brotherly love. I'm going with the upset. Fly, Eagles, fly. Next up is the Grant Lafayette Elite Bowl between the Cuba City Cobra Kai and The Last Dance. I doubt The Last Dance are going to be embarrassed again. I mean, 2 weeks in a row, that'd be pretty ridiculous. The Packers play the Lions, Dan Campbell's Lions. I don't know. I have The Last Dance winning easily. I don't even know what that score is going to be. I got the Last Dance has got that round 1 easily. And finally, the only rivalry game that decides who sleeps on the couch, the Holy Matrimony War. Tom Buckin Brady takes on his wife, the only bee in here, and wouldn't you know, it is a toss-up that will come down to what I feel is the top 2 rated tight ends, Travis Kelce and George Kittle. In the end, Kelce scores big, and so does Tom Buckin Brady, scoring the upset 95 to 92. Woo! To be a fly on the wall in that house this week, I'll tell you what, man. Whoa, that would be something else. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to the only segment that'll win you money. They're a little oddball character. He came straight out of England. Y'all better make way. He gets real mad if you ask him where his wand is. It's the Wizard of Oddball. All right. Last week I made all the things happen, but I cannot do magic on the Atlanta Falcons. They are hot garbage. Do not bet them for the rest of the year. If you don't wish to have your hearts broken. This week I got 5 more picks for you. I find week 2 of the NFL to be the single hardest week to make picks on of the entire season. So I'm hoping these ones are good. It was hard to get it down. In fact, I even have an over-under in here because I didn't really like the spreads very much. Okay, so in our first matchup, we have the Indianapolis Colts. I'm taking them plus 3.5 versus the LA Rams. Just simple, Colts are better than the Bears. The Bears hung around with the Rams. It's a 1 o'clock game for a West Coast team. I think the Rams lose this one. I don't think the Colts defense is designed to not get that deep shot. I don't think they're going to get it. This game's going to stay close. Rams might even still win this game. That's why I got the Indianapolis Colts plus 3.5. I got the Carolina Panthers plus 3.5 versus New Orleans Saints. I seen some things in that game when I watched. The Saints were very aware of the plays that the Green Bay Packers were doing, and that kind of happens when you don't have an off season to work together. And the Saints sold out. And if you look at the past, the Saints have done very, very well in their first game. They do not want to lose it. And the Carolina Panthers, we don't know a whole lot about them because they played the New York Jets. And Robert Saleh's defense is actually pretty good, but the players he has on it are not so good. So we don't really know about the Carolina Panthers defense. We don't actually really know much about the New Orleans Saints offense after playing the Packers. I'm going to take the Panthers at home plus 3.5 here in a divisional matchup. Both teams kind of know each other okay. But I don't think the Saints are going to be as well prepared for this one. I have the Chargers minus 3.5 versus the Dallas Cowboys. That's kind of a big number for this game. But boy, the Chargers look good. So what we're going to find out tonight is just how good that Washington defense is. Actually, we can probably find that out at the end of week 3. That defense was pretty stout by the end of the year last year. But the Chargers seem to move the ball pretty easily against them. I don't think that the Cowboys are going to move the ball very easily against the Chargers. I got the Chargers minus 3.5. I think they win by a touchdown there. I got the Detroit Lions plus 11 at the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to tell you this, on every whiteboard in Detroit, Michigan, it says double nut shot. That's how they're going to go ahead and try to beat the Green Bay Packers. They feel that that is the key to victory. I think old Dan bite him in the kneecaps Campbell has got his team coached up on exactly how to get that bam, 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 bam double punch right to the nuts of Aaron Rodgers. I think they're going to try it. I actually see this as a very, very backdoor cover. The Green Bay defense, I think they're going to be up by maybe 3 scores at halftime, and then they're going to kind of like ease out, and the Lions are going to like roar back to within a score. So this is a backdoor cover game, but I got the Detroit Lions plus 11 this week. And finally, this is kind of my lock. None of these I have are really locks this week. This is all very fluid. Some of the locks that I did have, the number's been bet just out of the park. So the Broncos started out 3-point favorites against Jacksonville, and they should be probably like 4-point favorites, and now they're 6-point favorites, and that's actually just a little too much for someone like Urban Meyer, who is, you better believe they're going to try to score down to the last second. And so I really do like that Broncos team. They got enough to destroy Jacksonville, but Jacksonville has enough to make it close. In my last match here, we got Las Vegas Raiders at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I didn't really like the number, but I liked the under 47, under 47. Pittsburgh's offense was hot garbage. I watched that game. The Bills blew it the whole game. They got the ball on the opening kickoff down to like 10-yard line and couldn't do anything. And Pittsburgh's offense, I don't think, got more than 20 yards in the first half. It wasn't until the second half, when they were winning the field position battle, that they really kind of started to get some things rolling, the Steelers. So I think you're going to have, they're not going to let Darren Waller run all by himself all day. They're going to be all over Derek Carr. And I don't think that I think the Raiders might be a little too impressed with themselves after that win. I'm thinking we're under the 47 pretty easy. Pittsburgh, maybe they score 28-0. Maybe it's 14-7. Maybe it's 21-10. Who knows? But I think it's pretty safe that game will be under even a low number like 47. All right, I want to thank everybody once again for watching this insane show. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you. I know I appreciate it. And I'm going to work hard to get last week's. I forgot to record it, so I'll try to get that up to YouTube. Actually, one of the reasons there wasn't intro music this week was because I had a copyright mark against the last one on something that I thought was just not copyrighted because it said it in the video that I took it from. Last week and this week will probably go up at about the same time. As soon as we can get it, it's going to be another fantastic week for football. Can't wait for college. Can't wait for the pros. I want to wish everybody good luck. And remember to stay classy.